Immersed Robot.
Hello, welcome to Immersed Robot. So I'm back in the Pimax CRYSTAL again, and this time I'm using the SteamVR Lighthouse faceplate tracking, which I've got installed now. So I've got a base station there and a base station just over there in this small play area that I've set up. I'm also using this in conjunction with the sword controllers, which I'll get into probably in a separate video just very briefly. You know, I hadn't heard great things about the sword controllers, but, you know, we can get into that in a separate video. But for the purposes of this, it doesn't really matter anyway. So I've set this up. The initial installation of the faceplate, swapping it over, is very simple. You just got two clips on the bottom, and I'll probably show a quick video here actually as well, where you can see me just swapping it over. But there's two clips that you just separate from the main headset. Take the old one off, and then there's an interface that you need to line up and then attach the new one to the SteamVR Lighthouse faceplate to the headset, and then you're pretty much good to go really. You switch over in the software to Lighthouse based tracking, and then yeah, you're basically there. There's honestly not that much to say on this. It works is the same way as a lot of other Lighthouse based headsets like the Valve Index and that kind of stuff. But anyway, here I am in SteamVR at the moment. Let's go into 11 table tennis and just give it a quick try anyway. This will probably be quite a short video because there's not a lot to say. I'm talking about tracking, which is SteamVR Lighthouse based tracking, so we all know what we're going to get with that. Okay, so just starting here, it seems, you know, everything seems fine. The headset itself seems okay. There's a couple of problems I just want to quickly touch on with this that I've had. Actually, so I mentioned the install process was really straightforward. There's nothing you need to worry about with that. It's clipping one faceplate off and then clipping the next one on. Really straightforward, no problem at all. But the thing to mention is that since doing this, and actually, so I was actually not on the latest firmware. When I first tried this, I was on a different version of the firmware, and I had a few problems where when I was holding the headset perfectly still, I was still getting a little bit of tracking issues where it looked like it was slightly jumping from side to side, not in a major way, and honestly I had to really look for it in order to detect it at all. And I do notice it slightly now, but I'm just wondering if it's something that's in my room. So you have to be very careful with the base stations, and I have got these set up in slightly different orientation to when I had my Valve Index, so I don't know if there's like a reflective surface that might be causing this problem. It seems generally solid, so yeah, it might just be something very slight that it's reflecting off in my room. But anyway, the controller tracking is perfectly fine. Feels better. I mean, I've got to say, like, Lighthouse-based controllers with this game do feel better to play. Let me just double check the audio latency, because I think this is an issue that is ongoing and I think I'm still getting it. Yeah, there's a slight audio latency still. I feel like it's a little bit better than it was, but yeah, this is something I still need to resolve, unfortunately, even in this sort of the complete software that they've got, that they're giving to a beta tester group at the moment, which is what I'm testing. This is the complete feature-full software, which is why I'm able to use the faceplate and all of these other things. But yeah, I mean, there's honestly not too much to say on this. It just tracks fine. The other problem that I had with this latest firmware is that occasionally I do get it's happened about twice now where it just hasn't detected that the faceplate is connected to the headset. This is something that I'll let Pimax know about anyway, and I've mentioned a few things with this to them anyway, and they are sort of resolving these problems, because originally I didn't know I wasn't on the latest firmware, but they said that's probably the cause of some of the tracking glitches and stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, it seems fine. I don't really have any problems with the tracking at all. And again, it just behaves as a SteamVR based tracking would. But yeah, this disconnect issue. So it's not noticed that the Steam faceplate has been detected a few times. So what I have to do is restart the service, reboot the HMD, and I've had to do that a couple of times sometimes in order to get it to recognise that the faceplate is attached. So I don't know if that's an ongoing problem or if that's something just with my setup. I'm not too sure. I'm just, you know, trying to let you know all the problems that I've had. The other thing with the latest firmware is occasionally when you turn the headset on, it's a bit strange. It sort of connects, then disconnects, and it will do that twice before it reconnects. Now, I've never not had it where it just won't connect at all, But previously, I've mentioned this before on some other videos, I've never had, on previous versions of the Pimax Client and the firmware, I've never had connection issues at all. It's been absolutely rock solid. This is the first time it's happened. So I don't know if it's with the latest firmware or the Pimax Client, but hopefully they can resolve that as well. And again, it always connects. It's just, it takes it like it will connect and then disconnect a couple of times. It's a bit strange, but yeah, I guess, you know, pretty much that's all there is to say at this stage. I'm testing out a few of the features on the complete software now. There's the all-in-one thing with the Pimax headset as well. So it's the standalone part of this headset, which I'm not quite as interested in, I'll be honest. But I like it for a PC VR headset, honestly. But I guess I'll test it out and see how I go. Once I get some software to try out on it, then I can make a video on that as well. Capturing that, I'm not sure how to capture it either within the headset. I don't know if they're going to integrate something in the software in order to record videos in the headset with the standalone mode. I'm not too sure. But as regards to SteamVR, it just works, and the actual install process is really simple. So, you know, I'm just trying to... It seems completely solid. You have to be careful of reflective surfaces when using the base stations. I learnt that years ago with the HTC Vive and with the Valve Index. There are some reflective surfaces in this room. I've tried to cover up as many as I can, but it seems perfectly fine. I just wanted to quickly mention that I did notice a little bit of jittering in the previous firmware. Yeah, it might still be there in certain positions, so that would suggest it's more based on sort of base station position, which are opposite corners, relatively high up. It should be fine. Maybe some reflective surfaces. I have got a CRT TV over in that corner, so it might be that it's causing some problems. I'm not sure, but I have experienced this before in previous headsets. This is not just for this one, so I'll probably give an update on this once I've used it some more. But yeah, I think overall in terms of installation and just ease of use and getting it to work in the first place, not a problem at all. Just a few small issues that I've mentioned in this video. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video anyway. Thank you very much for watching this one, and I'll see you next time.